All right, guys, welcome back to Downtown Rams. As always, I'm your host, Alexis Kraft, joined here with my co host, Jake Ellenbogen, and we are continuing with our 2024 NFL Draft Prospect interviews. And joining us on the show right now, we have Thomas Harper, safety from Notre Dame. Thomas, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear it, man. Well, I'm going to start you off with an easy one. It's a out there question, but it gets us all warmed up here. If you had to compare yourself to any fictional character in any entertainment medium, who would you pick?
Any fictional character? I would say the Joker.
Oh,
I think any villain. I think playing defense, you kind of take on the role as like the villain, and then the offensive players are kind of like the heroes. So really any villain, but I think if I had to choose one, I would probably say the Joker.
I like that answer. Jake and I are superhero fans, particularly the Joker. I know Jake is a very
yeah,
big Joker fan. So I definitely like that answer. And yeah, that's a new one, but that's actually cool. That makes a lot of
very
sense.
cool.
Very
It's
cool answer.
different, but I like your explanation for it too.
Okay. Yeah.
And next question, what's a unique talent you have outside of football that not many people know about?
I know how to juggle. I used to know how to juggle four things. I haven't done that in a while, but I know for sure I can still juggle three things at one time. So
Damn, that's impressive. I don't know many people that can juggle, so that's definitely unique. But when did you start playing football?
so I played football like flag football. I don't remember exactly how old, but it was like probably not even 10, probably like 8 or something, like super young. And then I stopped playing, and then I started playing again my sophomore year in high school.
And when you were growing up, did you watch a lot of football? And if so, was there any player that you were watching and aspired to be like?
Definitely. I used to watch. So in high school, I played offense. Like I was an offensive player. So I used to growing up. I used to watch like a lot of Antonio Brown. I used to watch Odell Beckham as well. Really, a lot of. I watched a little bit of Ed Reed as well, but really a lot of receivers, to be honest with you.
No, that's cool. We're big fans of Odell, obviously. Just being Rams fans, covering the Rams and watching him catch that touchdown in the Super Bowl and just that whole thing. I definitely like the Odell piece and Antonio Brown. I've actually like met before in person because his
Oh, wow.
dad is like a legend in this area. Because I live in upstate New York and he played for the Albany Firebirds back in the day,
I
downtown
didn't
Eddie
even know that.
Brown.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, no, it's cool, and I mean, eventually Antonio Brown. I think he actually tried to play for the Albany Empire, the team over here. So it was kind of interesting, but no, those are two good picks. Looking at your college career, you played 4 years at Oklahoma State. I know very well from watching Kansas football. But what made you decide to transfer to Notre Dame?
So pretty much, like I said, I loved my time at Oklahoma State. It was pretty much kind of like a just I wanted to change the scenery. Just kind of being able to be coached by um, a different set of coaches. Like I said, I don't have any bad blood with anybody at Oklahoma State or anything like that. Like I graduated, but it was really just a change of scenery and just kind of a new opportunity, to be honest.
Well, as listeners of our show know, I'm a big Notre Dame fan. So I think it was a really cool choice to transfer to Notre Dame after you left Oklahoma State. And looking back at your time playing at both Oklahoma State and Notre Dame, do you have a favorite memory from your playing career in college?
Definitely. I have one from both. Do you want me to uh,
Yeah.
give both of them? Okay.
Mm.
So at Oklahoma State, I definitely would say I want to say 2021 Bedlam, which is when we play Oklahoma. It's like a big rivalry, and that was just a crazy game. It was a night game. It was a home game as well. I think it was our homecoming, so it was just a lot going on that week, and we ended up winning. I had a pretty good game, um, and it was really just a fun time. That whole weekend was really really fun. Um, so that would be at Oklahoma State. My 1 year at Notre Dame, I think I would say Southern Cal, beating them. I know when we played them, they were like, I don't remember the exact rankings, but they were pretty high. I think their offense was averaging like almost 50 points a game, and it was a big challenge. And just to see how everybody came together and really got the job done, that was a fun game.
No, it was a big game for you guys. I mean, playing up against, probably going to be the number one overall pick, and to do what you were able to do, assert your dominance on the national stage when everyone was talking about the other team, like that was a big deal. Um, Looking at the pre-draft process, how has that treated you? Is there anything that you would take away from it so far? Just I know you're still going through it, but is there anything that kind of stands out to you?
Yeah, to be honest, like my situation has been a lot of like ups and downs. I say that just because obviously, as you guys know, like the combine was like what, a week ago, not even, and just not being invited to that, it kind of it definitely hurt, as like that's kind of like a dream. I think for every kid who plays football. So not being invited to that kind of hurt, but I think just using that as a opportunity to just have another chip on my shoulder. And really just kind of trusting God and His plan for me, knowing that everything happens for a reason, and everything that happens, like I say, is just a reason for it. So I think that's I mean, besides that though, everything else has been really really fun. Interviewing with coaches, kind of getting to explain myself, letting them know who I am. Um, and then I'm really happy with the facility that I'm training at. So other than that, I mean, it's been really fun. But I think the process pretty much has really just taught me like just kind of just keep my faith in God, and just do control the things that I can control, and everything else will work out.
Totally agree with you there. And Jake and I have interviewed, I think at this point, almost 350, over 350
Mm.
NFL draft prospects. And we've heard that sentiment before about the combine from guys who weren't invited, and obviously bummed about it, but using that as a chip on their shoulder. And I'd say a lot of those guys, most of them, are now playing in the NFL, being very successful. And I know Jake can attest to that. So definitely use that to fuel you. I can understand the disappointment there, but yeah, the process is just something I think that, uh, ups and downs, just you'll remember it, forever, and a lot of cool things are coming. But looking back at your time playing in college, you played against a lot of really good competition, playing at Oklahoma State and Notre Dame. Is there anyone that you went up against that stands out to you as being kind of one of the tougher guys that you had to go against in college?
Yeah, I mean, kind of as Jake alluded to, Caleb Williams, like I said, he's possibly a number one pick. He definitely stands out. I just think his ability to extend plays and make it really hard on the defense, as far as like how long the downs are. I mean, he comes to my mind right away. Um, from this upcoming, I mean, well, I played him at Oklahoma State and at Notre Dame. So, um, but other than him, I would say Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he was good as well. I think his route running was really good.
Those are some big names. They're going to go early in this draft. So it's good to get that experience, though, because when you're playing against, the best of a draft class, it means you're playing up against guys that are likely going to start in the NFL, which kind of gives you an idea of, okay, this is the level. Every single week you go up against a guy like Caleb Williams, you're going up against an NFL starting caliber quarterback. So that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. That's also why, it's the biggest knock on the small school guys, the D2 guys, because they don't go up against that every week. So, you do have that to your advantage, especially playing at two really good football programs. But with that said, you played at two really good football programs, a lot of talent. Um, who are some of the closest friends you made while playing college football?
My brother. I mean, we grew up together, but we also played at Oklahoma State together. I think playing at Oklahoma State with him, I do think that grew our relationship for sure. I would say him, Nadrian Dizzer. I don't know if you guys know him, but I still talk to him, at least once a month. He was my roommate at Oklahoma State. Like I said, I have a lot of relationships that definitely will last a lifetime. That came from playing college football.
That's awesome. And looking at yourself and your strengths as a player, what would you say is your biggest strength?
Um, I think my biggest strength is my versatility. Being able to cover, being able to play high safety, being able to be in the box and tackle, being able to blitz. I think that's definitely my strength is my versatility.
And what's one area of your game you're looking to improve upon the most?
I think first I would say, how do I word this? Like changing up my techniques in man at both schools. Definitely this last year at Notre Dame, we played a lot of one high, a lot of man. I got the opportunity to really like press whenever I wanted to and stuff like that. I think just adding more tools to my arsenal as far as different techniques, instead of maybe I was playing soft press, maybe play hard press and get my hands on a little more. Being able to play a little more off while playing man, stuff like that.
And this next question is just kind of a fun question, but if you could pick off one quarterback in the NFL, who would it be?
I think y'all know who I'm finna say. Definitely Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
It's just funny because we've been doing this now for a bit, and it went from being always Tom Brady, and now Patrick Mahomes is essentially like that Tom Brady answer, where it's just by default. We're just surprised when it's not Patrick Mahomes at this point. And
Right.
I remember him coming out of the Big 12, man. He was my number one quarterback in that draft, and I don't see, that's the thing. You played 4 years there. I feel like that's probably the most disrespected conference out of the Power Five. And it is kind of cool to see him doing his thing. It's obviously, it was cool to see you do your thing and then go over to Notre Dame and play in big games like that. But that's one of those things, because everyone talks about the SEC and everything, but the Big 12 has a lot of talent too.
Definitely, for sure.
So I got to ask you, the Rams fans want to know, have you spoken to the Rams?
I'm trying to think. I went to the Hula Bowl, and that was like a couple months ago. I spoke with a good amount of teams there. I don't think so. I don't think so. I might have had like I don't know. I don't think so though. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, and it's kind of funny. And Alexis, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but it feels like over the course of time, it doesn't really matter. Like these meetings, like they matter, but they don't. You know what I mean? We're just obviously asking because we know that our audience wants to know. But that's something that I've noticed, and we've actually found that there be guys that they don't even talk to, and they end up drafting. So, never know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I got a brother in the league, so I know how that goes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so many times we'll interview somebody who like hadn't talked to the Rams, and then the Rams end up drafting them, or we hear from guys that the Rams drafted and they're like, it's funny because we never actually spoke during the draft process. So but we do like to ask just to try and get an inside scoop. But still a lot of time to go in the process. You never know. Maybe you guys will touch base. But this next question you might have heard from any of the NFL teams you spoke to, because this is becoming a popular question to ask. But do you love to win or do you hate to lose more?
I have heard that question. And my answer is I definitely hate to lose more. I just feel like when you hate something, you just kind of like don't let it happen. So like if I hate a food, like I'm just not gonna eat it. Like I'm gonna avoid it. So I think I don't know. I just think it just means more. It sounds better when you say you hate to lose.
I mean, we found out we were interviewing, I think it was Steel Chambers,
Yeah.
our last interview, and he had said that he found out that's actually the correct answer. I didn't know there was a correct answer until he said that, but I guess you passed the test. Not that we were testing you, just truly interested to know. Because me personally, I like to win more. I love to win more. But again, I always say I don't have that competitive nature that you guys have, because you either have it or you don't. And if you have it, there's a chance you're going to be playing the NFL. And if you don't have it, there's a chance you're probably not going to play in the NFL. And so that's really what it comes down to. But I like the answer.
Appreciate it.
So, who is Thomas Harper as a player, and who is he as a person?
Me as a player, definitely, I would say I feel like I'm energetic, just as far as my game speed, hustling. I always try to. I take pride in giving 110% and making extra effort plays. I feel like I'm a high motor guy when I'm out there. I'm always running around, always flying to the ball and stuff like that. I would also say, along with being energetic, I would say savvy. Just in terms of like taking on blocks, getting around blocks, tackling, blitzing, stuff like that. I feel like I'm super savvy, and it may not be like I don't know, like coach may draw it up one way, but I may get it done another way while staying in the system. And I just feel like that definitely describes my game. And
Let's
then
hear it.
yeah, and then as a you said as a person.
Yeah.
So as a person, I would say evolving. I feel like I'm always trying to evolve, like no matter what it is, just trying to grow. Whether it's football, whether it's my relationship, the relationships I have. So I would say evolving and just really chill and laid back. I really don't have a lot. Like I don't have too many friends, but the friends I do have, we're really close, and we do a lot of stuff together. We talk a lot, and just I would just say laid back and chill.
That's awesome. And to wrap this up, we have a couple questions. We need some recommendations. We like to get recommendations. So if you could please recommend us a movie, a TV show, an album, and a snack.
Okay. For the snack, I'll say the snack first because that's on my mind right now. Definitely high chews. I don't know if you guys have had those.
I'm not sure that I've had them, but I feel like I have heard of them, and I'm always like, they're like fruit flavored, right?
Yeah, they got they're coming out with a whole bunch of different flavors, but they're like Japanese or Chinese type candy. I forget which one exactly, but they're good. So that's the snack. You said what were the other two?
A movie, TV show, and album.
Album, I would say 38 Baby 2 by NBA Youngboy. And for movie or TV show, I think the Power series. That whole series.
Yes, I've heard very good things about that.
Yeah, it's super entertaining, super good.
And then the movie.
That's a hard one. Like it's so many good movies. I think that's really a hard one. I would say Creed, maybe.
I like that.
Yeah, I think Creed.
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah, I've seen all of them. Have you seen them?
Yeah, the newest one I was really impressed with. I know there were a lot of people very upset that Rocky Balboa was not in it, but I also feel like they're kind of missing the point. It's nice to have him, but like you're also supposed to let the new character develop.
Right.
And I feel like it kind of took away from that in a sense. So I thought 3 really focused on, his story. And I'm excited because I know a 4th one is coming. He's working on that. I think he's going to direct it. So Michael B. Jordan. So yeah.
That'd be crazy. But yeah, I like the 3rd one too. I think the plot was really good. I mean, they're all pretty good. I feel like I like the first one the best for some reason. But the 3rd one was good.
Yeah. I think the first one is probably the best. But they really don't miss with that whole franchise. I think they really did a nice job with that. So I'm excited because I'll watch anything Michael B. Jordan's in. I think he's fantastic. But
he's a great actor.
Yeah, I like the pick though. Alexis, have you seen that franchise?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
I could kind of tell based on the facial expression.
Because I'm embarrassed that I haven't seen it because I just have a list of everything I need to see, and I'm always like, I gotta watch the Creed movies because I love Michael B. Jordan too, and it's just like it's embarrassing that I haven't seen it. So maybe this is the.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson is in it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great
too.
too.
His girlfriend or wife, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But gotta ask because you said the Joker earlier. Which Joker? Dark Knight?
Okay.
Or the new Phoenix Joker?
The new Phoenix, that's the movie that came out?
Yeah, the newest Joker was and I'm gonna butcher his name. It's not
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix played the newest Joker movie that was kind of like the standalone. And then or is your favorite version of the Joker the Heath Ledger Dark Knight Rises Joker?
That's a really good question because it's like
they're so different.
Yeah, they're totally different.
I'll say for me, it's like I've got to go Heath Ledger, The Dark Knight Rises Joker. Like to me, that's my era.
Yeah.
Where I feel like if I think of the Joker, that's who I think of.
Yeah, that would be tough for me. I'd probably go with Heath Ledger because he's more methodical. Which I guess is kind of part of why you picked the Joker. So
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's right to say that, but I feel like I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I like the newer Joker. Like I don't know. I feel like it was the storyline was super like well put together and super thoughtful.
I agree with that. Definitely agree with that.
Everything that happened is kind of like I don't know. I don't know. That's a really hard question. Yeah, I don't know.
The finale is wild. Like that thing, it hits that final act and just takes off, and you're like, "What is happening?"
Yeah,
well, there's a second one.
So much happened.
Yeah. The second movie. Even though Joaquin Phoenix said he'd never do a sequel, and he's going to do it,
but he did.
So, I think it's coming out this year. Fully, I do.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, but I'm definitely going to tune into that. Definitely got to watch that. Put that on my list, on my radar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to go see that too. But the Joker in whatever form, I just think is a great, great villain. But Thomas, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciated it. We love talking to you again. I was very excited to talk to a Notre Dame player on the show. It's always really fun for me. But this journey, stay healthy, enjoy it, embrace it. It'll be over, not over, but the draft process will be over before you know it because the drafts now were, I think, a month and a half away. So, yeah, just enjoy it and stay healthy. That's what's important.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Thomas. Let's keep in touch and best of luck the rest of the way, man.
Thank you.